Hello, I'm Paul Johnson from the University of Kansas Center for Research Methods and Data Analysis, and I would like to show you how you can use an xserver to project running programs from a Linux server onto a Windows desktop. First, I need to explain why this is necessary. Let's use a terminal program to connect to the head node of our compute cluster, hpc.quant.ku.edu. Name and password. So now I'm logged in. I can do anything that involves typing and reading letters, but I can't do anything that requires graphical interface, or anything that requires a mouse, because that doesn't interact through a strictly text protocol. So if I run a program that uses graphics, notice that it says it can't open the display. Or if I use xterm, for example, can't open the display. That happens because the Windows system does not automatically have a display layer that's compatible with the remote system. But using the free program called xming, I'm able to do this. The way I've been doing this lately is to allow the multiple windows option, and the only important change I make is to change the startup program to xterm. And I use the PuTTY link, but I think you could make the SSH work as well if you wanted to. It's hpc.quant.ku.edu, Paul John, and I accept the defaults. I'm not going to save this now, but if I did, then I wouldn't have to put those options in again in the future. When I click Finish, it should ask me for my password, and a terminal will be started on the remote system and reflected back to my desktop. It's important to understand that this terminal is really running in the remote system, and things that it starts will come back to me through the SSH tunnel. So for example, xeyes is the xeyes program. Notice that the xeyes is running on the remote system, but through the magic of the xserver, it's able to follow my mouse from one place to another. Maybe I'd like to know what time it is, so let's run xclock. Okay. And I can interact with that as if it were on my Windows system, but it's really running on the remote server. The main purpose of this kind of work is to interact with the compute cluster nodes so that you can find out more about what's going on in your program. Usually, you need to log into one of the compute nodes. So, the login program, qxlogin, is a shortcut that we've created. It will transfer you to one of the compute nodes selected at random. In this case, I'm on rack number 2, system number 19. And from there, I can use any of the graphical programs that exist on the Linux system in order to do my job. So, I have a program called New Program, and I'm going to open it in Emacs. Now that's running on the remote system, so it has access to the power of the server system. When I start R, it should pop open a new window because I have customized the configuration of Emacs. And then, as soon as the display catches up, I can run those commands. The first one created a default histogram, and I can close that, and then I can run the second command, which has some more customized options. So the main idea is that you can interact with the Linux system as if you were sitting in front of it with a keyboard and a monitor connected to it, because it's going to display whatever it would run on its own terminal onto your Windows desktop. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to close my Windows, close my R session, close the Emacs, exit from the compute node, exit from the head node, and I thank you for watching.